Today's horoscope and tarot from Astrocademy, Aquarius March 5, 2022. Getting a chance to refresh yourself emotionally can help you clarify your goals and ambitions, and you more easily draw upon patience right now. The moon begins the day in your sign, but later moves into your resources sector. This move tends to even out your feelings. As well, transits tend to illuminate some of your deeper desires and fears today and tomorrow. Questions of trust may push to the surface, and self-honesty is especially important. You can use this focused, concentrated energy for intense study or problem solving. Bad news first. Your mischievous planetary ruler, Mercury, stations retrograde today, bringing emphasis to your expansive ninth house of adventure, belief systems, and unknown territory, but this isn't your first rodeo. Although, on a much brighter note, Mercury retrograde brings forth the opportunity to reflect, revisit, and reevaluate pending situations, so consider this your cue to get the closure you need. Moreover, today's moon in Cancer will touch down on your stability-seeking second house of comfort, money-making abilities, and self-esteem, encouraging you to prioritize your emotional stability and value systems. Make your needs a priority in your relationship. Throughout the last few days, Mercury retrograde has been in a square with Uranus retrograde. The square has impacted your subconscious sector of talents and weaknesses along with your sector of expansion, experiences, and education. You might have had a revelation by now about what to follow. One of your talents or skills could have been made apparent to you during the square, which might be worth honing. You should consider looking for opportunities that allow you the time, space, and guidance to develop this aspect. After all, it could be professionally worthwhile. Just as the sun is spending his last weekend in your financial sector, the moon not only returns for its first visit to your income sector for the year, but to begin the first full moon of 2022. With no planetary activity on the income side of the financial fence, the moon returns to give income potential a boost, and from the start, there is support from lucky Jupiter in your career sector. Not everything in your private life is running as well as you would like. Friends and family have their own wishes and goals and are not bound to show consideration to you. Even though it's tough, accept that some situations will not run according to plan. Try to change your perspective and understand others' points of view. This is the best strategy at present. Your regular sassiness has morphed into not-so-cute grouchiness, but it's only temporary. Focus on your own needs and you'll pull out of it faster. If you are longing for love and the feeling of security this brings, don't always pursue it with such vigor or be overly concerned if a love you want isn't always available. You can get what you want by taking your time, being a little more relaxed and calm. A brand new outlook brings with it the promise of success. It is easy for you to get carried away with emotions, your own or other people's, and it's important to balance yourself with grounding physical activities. Walking is preferable to using a car or public transportation, weather permitting. Be defiant when it comes to taking time for yourself, as you will pay a high price for ignoring your personal needs. Sitting down for a cup of herbal tea is also a nice thing to do for yourself. Stay calm and centered. You may choose to explore your childhood haunts today. In these ventures you may find new forms of expression for your artistic nature. Returning to your place of origin on a day such as this can offer many rewards. You may wish to spend time today interacting with the figureheads of your family. Your parents and grandparents have many things they can teach and pass on to you. Through this verbal legacy, you will gain a sense of family heritage that you will then be able to pass on to generations to come. After 4 months in a nostalgic part of your chart, Venus is finally getting ready to return to Aquarius tomorrow, and she will be bringing Mars with her. As you reach the last full day of a nearly 2-year Mars cycle, there is a call to hold back, but as Mercury moves into his final 5 days in Aquarius, the timing couldn't be better. Things will become a lot more energized and impassioned once Venus and Mars return tomorrow, with Mercury urging you to make the most of a chance to hear yourself think as you focus on your game plan and resolutions for the coming year. In a case of perfect timing, the Moon is in your communication sector as Mercury, the planet of communication, moves into his final 10 days in Aquarius. With Venus and Mars returning tomorrow and the focus shifting more to matters of the heart and all things romantic, it is your relationships that can benefit from a strong focus on communication today. Your tarot reading for today. Strength, Temperance, and the World. A family event could happen in March, according to the first two cards here. It is an event which was expected but whose outcome was uncertain. Some people will be satisfied, others not. For your part, it will enable you to advance in your life plan. In some ways, this is an event that allows you to enter a new phase, as if you were going up a level, and your life was now taking another meaning, with an important family reorganization. It will require courage to welcome this event. But you will not be alone, and lots of people will be at your side to support you and help you get through it. Thanks to them, you will easily overcome this landmark and come out the other side a better person and stronger for the future. The strength of community is impressive, and in key stages of our lives we need to take refuge in it, to return to basics, to simple, pure, friendly relationships. When an event totally overturns your life, you have to be able to take it on board and to continue living without being affected too much. To do this, you need to do some extensive psychological, mental work. You should focus on the strengths of your life and cultivate them so you can continue to grow on these bases. Even if an event can change things, you will be stronger than it and will be able to cope with brio. Our eyes in the sky. The Moon's connection with all of these planets allows us to access our deepest feelings. When the Moon aligns with the South Node of Destiny, it gives us a chance to heal the past, or at least see the error of our youthful follies. It also adds an intuitive vibe to the day, giving us the psychic information that we yearn to hear and understand, particularly with Neptune involved. Venus, Mars, and Pluto stir the pot and create drama in our personal relationships because we all want to be in control and in charge. The lesson here is that none of us can control others or life. You can only control the way you handle your reaction to intense situations and avoid unnecessary drama. A good way to use the energy of the day is to focus on how you can heal the past and change the future. You have the power to create the life you want. Just be willing to take the necessary steps to attain the greatness that lies ahead. During this last conjunction, we see the entire picture with improved clarity. How have our principles fundamentally changed since the end of last year? Have discussions within relationships altered our definition of loyalty and fidelity? Are we still on the same page as those we are committed to, or must we now make some decisions to renegotiate our participation? Knowing when it is not only ethical, but liberating, to accept another's goals or differences of opinion, allows us to continue relationships with greater confidence or part ways respectfully. In the morning, the Scorpio Moon squares off with Saturn in Aquarius, making it difficult to express our feelings. We might freeze out those who are interested in establishing a connection with us. Perhaps we feel that exposing our vulnerable side will diminish us or make us susceptible to others' agendas. Avoid making reactive decisions. Asking for personal space will help us to see which relationships are functioning healthily or which hinge on codependent dynamics.